The BRICS Forum has started in the capital today, and while it's the first time that India is hosting the BRIC nations, it does gain importance given the backdrop of the global economic turmoil that the forum will be happening against. Let's take it straight to Devdatta Das, who now joins in with the details of the same. Devdatta, highlight for us what has happened today at the forum and what were the key points of discussion?
Well, the BRICS Forum has kicked off today on a very positive note. Trade ministers of all the 5 countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa have met, had a long discussion about how to fuel growth back into not only these very 5 countries, also to how to make them the growth propelling agents for the entire world economy, because it is these 5 countries that will and are driving the current growth in the economies, in global economies that we are seeing. These 5 countries are going to become the manufacturing hub as well as the suppliers to the entire world, fueling growth as well as investments across the globe. Not only that, the 2 very important things that have been discussed today in this forum. One, of course, is creating a BRICS bank common to all these 5 nations that will make investment and trade a much more easier thing to do between these 5 countries, which will obviously fuel growth in the coming future. But also the whole question of Iran's oil sanctions by the US has come up very prominently in the discussions today between India and China, also where both the Chinese and the Indian sides have reiterated that while they are going to stick and adhere to all UN resolutions and will not violate any of their norms, but they will also continue to keep up their economic as well as trade ties with Iran. In fact, India went ahead is saying that their energy security is completely dependent on Iran, and that is one reason why they will think twice before severing or even thinking about severing ties with Iran are concerned.
And there are some initiatives which have been announced, including an investment fund, which all of the countries, the 5 countries, will participate in. And there's also talk of pulling together the trade ties in a manner that can take the total trade between the countries up to a higher level.
It's not something new, but within BRICS unit of financial institutions for development, we are organizing that sort of discussions and practical implementation because we see the necessity. We see the restrictions which are imposed on our bilateral trade by being based on limited amount of currencies like dollar and euros.